Saints go marching in, oh, when the Saints go marching in.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Seattle Seahawks. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tutin. Across midfield. He's on his way. Touchdown, New Orleans. Bashal Tutin, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got bold, overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
11 empty, 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Hey, can.
Now it's Burrow. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. The Seahawks at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate. The always tough NFL.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
12, 12, 12.
To the air again, Burrow. And he is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape for first and goal.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
12, 11, 11. Dot.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Hey, 50.
Here's Stafford. Now he'll tuck this. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Second down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Monday. Hey, 70. 0.
Now it's Stafford. That's complete. It's Bashal Tutin. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing is Stafford. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. He's got the first down and more. Still going. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jake Ferguson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to move back in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go, here we
A
go.
long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. We'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
Here we go, here we go.
3rd and 4.
Christian McCaffrey.
11, mighty. 11, Thomas.
Now Burrow. And that's taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Touchdown! Chimere Deacon, 59 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that not only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
11. 11.
Now it's Burrow. And he whips that one incomplete there. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
11 MP.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
11, 180. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Chimere Dike with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front.
Gun. Stop.
And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Now they'll change things up. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Waiting.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
MT, tape. 11, MT. Here we go. 11, 12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
On 2, ready?
First and 10.
11, 11, 11.
Yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 11, MT. 180. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Right, 80. 11, mighty. 11, mighty. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
On one, ready?
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Here we go.
The Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
A gain of 30. First down, Saints.
Bourne going to go in motion right here. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Jahad Campbell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
A loss of 5 yards. It's second down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Stafford finds Tootin out of the backfield. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Bayshore Tootin. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator should.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
46-yard line.
11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
11. Gun. Start. Right 80. What is hot? Start.
They'll drop the throw. They'll let this go deep for Collins. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Nico Collins, 45 yards. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
12. 11.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
36. Saints.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something on this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. 2nd down and 3. Now Stafford. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Out of the gun, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. From the gun, here's Stafford. Going right back to Ferguson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing again is Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Bashal Tootin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On fine, ready? Here we go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways. So they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Right 80.
Now Burrow loses the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So that is not the way you want. Begin the half when you're only up by one score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
Ready. 180.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over to Miller. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Moore, 64 yards. And the Saints have cut the lead back down to 2.
And when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, yeah, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Middle.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're playing football.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's complete to DK. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
For a Saints first down.
Play action, Stafford. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's complete. He's got Tootin. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now it's Stafford. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
In motion right is a running back. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through. And they have regained the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
180, 11.
Now it's Burrow. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
11.
First and
Here we go.
10 at the 38-yard line.
11.
Here's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's another.
A gain of 32 that time. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
12. 180.
Burrow will throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kyle Pitts, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
11 mighty. 12.
They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get an interception, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Bashal Tutin, 38 yards. And the Saints have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Back to throw, Stafford. It's complete. And he got it on a touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
11.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
11, mighty.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Understanding he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
A 3rd quarter now at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. They'll let this go deep for Collins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now it's Burrow. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
11. Here we go. Can. 11. 12.
And Burrow going to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Chimere Dike, 32 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
Here we go.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 7.
Set! Double up, lady! Zebra! Set!
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Levis is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
32. Ready. Omaha, ready, move.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Now he fires deep for Shakir. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Khalil Shakir, 54 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go, here we go.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here we go. 11.
From midfield now, Burrow. They'll dump this out to his running back, McCaffrey. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
11.
He'll drop to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game.
Gun. 12, 11.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. This one left side caught by Collins. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nico Collins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Seahawks will line up for the
180,
two-point conversion.
11, mighty.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. DJ Moore, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a two-point conversion away from tying this game up. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2.
The Saints will line up.
Stafford's going to try and throw for him. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Short throw, caught by Pitts. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Gun.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
11.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's get set.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Wide 80, 11 MT, 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Nico Collins,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Seahawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Now Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now it's Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He's shooting it off now open field.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards. And the Saints.
Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Stafford now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
The 11-yard line.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
180, 11, mighty.
Here we go with Burrow. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And